Next up, 4-hour data. One of my favorites, I must say, and I think also a member's favorite. This video is not going to be too long because you already understand all the concept. It's just a different time frame, but I'm sure you'll catch up on this pretty quickly if you understand the daily and the weekly. So first of all, 4-hour data is very simple. One day has 6 4-hour blocks. Right? We have 6 4-hour blocks in a day. So, or 6 4-hour candles, because 24 divided by 4 is 6. So that is simple. And what we do is we look inside those 4-hour blocks, and we do the same thing as we did with the daily and the weekly, where we look inside the daily candle. When is high or low going to be put in that daily candle? The first pivot, second pivot. That's what we looked at, and we did the same for the weekly. And now we are looking at when are the high and low put in within 4-hour candles. So the way we do that is that we divide the 4-hour block or the 4-hour candle into 30-minute blocks. So we're looking at when the high and low is in which 30-minute candle within the 4-hour candle the P1 and P2 are being put in. So what does that look like on the charts? We can go to the 4-hour data right here, or in the dashboard, I'm sorry. So what we have right here, let me just put that to normal. I was using it. We put that to normal, and what we see here is that we have exactly the same view as what we have with the daily and weekly time frame. In this case, what we're looking at is here which 30-minute block we're in. Now, the only difference here is that we have the filter option 4-hour blocks here, and we can select the 4-hour blocks that we have in a day. So again, we have 6 4-hour blocks. These times are in time zone UTC plus 0, as you will know by now. And we have 6 of them, and we can select which one we want to filter on. So right now we're looking at the data for all of them. We can also select one. So what you, for example, see is that this block, which is where New York opens in the middle of it, you can see that there is, a little bit of a lesser, I would say there's, this is all kind of the same probability. There's not that much, not that little. Lately, this one has been happening a lot, though. You see the 8-1. Look at that. That's crazy. So P2 has been happening a lot lately in the last 30-minute block of this 4-hour candle. But if you go, for example, to this block, you can see that there is way more. This is way higher, right? 57% of the time P1 is put in during the first 30 minutes of the 4-hour open. So you can just go on different blocks. And I just want to make one remark, is that the selected candles right here are also important. Just like they are on the daily, it's the same thing. If you select them all, obviously you're going to have, this looks at how many 4-hour candles you have selected. And if you're going to drill down to separate blocks, then obviously you're going to have less candles. And this is still fine, by the way. If you have one 4-hour block selected, you're gonna have as many data as you would have with like just days, because you have one 4-hour block per day. So this is just 6 on 31 candles. It's the same as 6 on 31. You just have 6 on 31 days selected, and this is that times 2, so then it becomes 1262 probably. Oh, I have one selected, so 1262. Why does it not do that? I have to do it like this. There you go, 1262. So there's keep in mind that you don't let this go too low. It's fine to select one. I think the real moment where it goes is where you start selecting single days with this. So you can see if one 4-hour block in one day, then it's only 126 candles. And as you know by now, the less candles you have, less data. So how we use this is very simply put, is that we divide the day in 4-hour candles. So if we have the daily open and daily close right here, within it we'll have 6 4-hour candles within this day. You can see the 4-hour candles right here, right? First 4-hour candle until the 4th. So right now we're in the 4th 4-hour candle of the day. But we don't really have to spot it manually. We can use the Minoma Analytics Helper tool. I already have it activated. So what you do is that you go down to 30 minutes. And if you go to the 30 minutes or lower, you will see this gets activated. I'll go to the 15 minutes just for the sake of it. And we'll see what the most recent 4-hour open is. and what the 4-hour close is, and in between the 30-minute blocks. So right here, this is also when the first 30-minute blocks opened. Second 30-minute block opens here. Third 30-minute blocks open here all the way until the 8th, right? The last one right over there. So it is very easy to spot where it is. So this prints P1 and P2 as well for 4 hours. Right now you cannot see the 4-hour P1 because it's the same as daily P2, so it's printed behind it. But this is 4-hour P1. If it's not the P2, it will say that. 4-hour P1, 4-hour P2. So now it's very easy to see where the pivots are being put in. Right now the 4-hour P1 is right on the line of 5. That means it's part of 5. This doesn't say a whole lot at the moment because both of these are at time 5, but for the sake of example, we could go to the 4-hour right here and have both of them as 5, but it's not going to give us anything. But just to show you that it's easy to spot. I have UTC time zone, so I see this is 12 p.m. So I just select 12 p.m. right here. So now I can see the statistics for this 4-hour block for this given time range. Oh, I only have Monday selected right now, so I'll just get Saturday and Sunday. So this is usually what I'd be looking at. So we can see that this is actually quite a low probability event, what's happening at the moment. But as we've learned throughout the course, low probability events also happen. You want to be aware of that. But that's all there is to it. Other than that, everything is the same. Just remember that a day is divided into 4-hour blocks. So, and you can look within each of these 4-hour blocks. So each of these is one 4-hour block that you can analyze. And you just look at which 30-minute candle within it. So right here, you look at which 30-minute candle within it is printing a P1 or a P2. Other than that, everything is exactly the same. You can, press them, see how everything is evolving, and yeah, there's not much else to it. So that's it for the 4-hour data. Like I said, it's pretty similar to the rest, as in daily, weekly time frames. It's just a lower time frame. The way you can use it, and we'll go over this more in later videos, is for lower time frame trades, for scalps even, but also for entries on your higher time frame bias. So for example, you see the weekly and the daily lining up to higher, statistically speaking, then you can look for entries on the 4-hour where the 4-hour is also saying higher. That might be a moment of entry. But we're going to get into the multi-time frame statistical analysis, as I like to call it, in later videos where we will look at how we can tie everything together.